Hey guys, Justin here. Now we hit the like goal on the last video for trucks. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that the first week in this season was Knoxville. I'm useless on dirt. You don't want to listen to me for any of that type of stuff. But now we're back. We're back with Nashville. So this is going to be a very interesting track because of how tight everything is and how much patience you have to show. So if you want to skip to the second lap, that'll be the hot lap. And please make sure to like the video if this helped you out at all, because liking is the #1 most helpful thing to help my YouTube channel, and that would be awesome and I'd appreciate it a lot.
But that caution came out 10 seconds too early. And I could have got by everyone off the pit road. Yep.
Yeah, Sean drove the pit caution.
How did you get did you get one of them back by just staying out the whole time?
Yeah.
Well, this will be interesting. I feel like I have to save, but I don't want them to get the fucking lead and then...
I wouldn't worry about saving. I'd run some medium hard laps. I don't think they're gonna catch you. And then it's one thing to catch you, it's another thing to get by you.
Right.
It's hard. Just fucking mirror drive if they do catch you. Just don't let them get underneath you with new tires.
I have 20 minutes of required repairs and my engine is fine.
Oh god.
You gotta replace the tail link, I guess.
Gotta replace the driver.
0.061.
Alright, let's take a look at that. So we're going to be skipping all the way to 3 and 4 of the first lap. So second lap's going to be your hot lap here. So what I'm trying to do here is it's really hard to stay all along the wall because it just tightens so much on exit. So instead what I'm going to be doing is starting high and kind of arcing down to a couple lanes and then coming back up to the wall by the exit. And that way you can keep as much speed as possible. And this truck just bogs down like crazy in fourth gear, so it's all about momentum. So you see here, I turn off the wall, come down about a lane and a half, and it drives straight back up to the wall and keep the momentum. Alright, so let's go to turn 1 here. So turn 1, we're going to be doing a little bit of some pre-turn here. So we see that I like to call it pre-turn. It gets the car angled before you really turn in. So you see I'm already kind of set up at an angle here. It's a bad drawing, but I'm set up at an angle as opposed to being pointed completely straight because of that little turn I did. And then I'm dragging on the brake about anywhere between 10 and 20%. And then the goal is to drive the car down to the yellow past the apex. So I really want to apex the car past the center of the corner. So you see here, I'm still going down, and right here is where I apex. And this is about 2/3 of the way through the corner. And this is exactly what you want because, again, you're trying to keep as much momentum up as possible because this truck just bogs down so much. So now that I made it all the way to the bottom, now I can full throttle and drive it all the way up to the wall. And really, since it's hot lap, you really shouldn't have any problem with it. If you have to force the wheel a little bit, you have to force the wheel a little bit. So now we're going to 3 and 4. We have the same kind of idea here. It's going to feel a little different than 1 and 2 because 3 and 4 you have even less room to get off of 4. So what I'm going to be doing here is the same idea, a little big arc, and try to get down as late as possible. But the whole key to this is you want your car moving down the hill the whole way. You can't start going down the hill, then kind of go straight and then go down. That doesn't work. It needs to be one smooth motion. So you want to go down the hill, but in a way that's as natural but slow as possible. And so once we do that, I'm going down the hill. Now 3 and 4, you have to make a conscious decision here because you can make it down the hill about here, but you can kind of see the problem here. this curve is still really, there's still a long way to go in the turn. So you can get greedy and throttle up here, but this is bad news. This is how you hit the wall. So instead, you have to have a little restraint, just wait a little bit longer until you kind of crest that little part of the turn that just seems like it's going on forever. You don't really want to hit the gas until you can see the exit. So I'm on the gas here, and it's still a little greedy, but you got to get a little greedy for that speed, but it's going to be close here. And wheels jacked all the way. We're driving all the way up to the wall. We need all the wheel we can get, destroying our right front, but it doesn't matter because it's hot lap, and we keep enough speed. So one more time going through. We'll go through without interruption. So we bring the car, tiny little brake drag, down the hill as slow as possible, pick up the throttle, just mash it on hot lap, and then just drive it all the way up to the wall. And if you showed enough patience and getting through the middle of the corner, then you should be able to keep your momentum and cut the apron for an extra 100th or so. And there we have it. So let's go to some race tips. All right, so sorry I couldn't get a race done for C-Fix today, but I was able to get some laps down, and I think I have an idea of what you're going to want to look for on your race runs. So the first thing is you really want to keep the same idea in qualifying, in the sense of you want to apex as late as possible, because the longer that you can be driving down the hill using your brake, the less that you'll be needing to use your wheel to turn the car. And a very important rule of tire saving is that the more that you turn your steering wheel, the more you're going to abuse your right front. And this is going to abuse your right front like no one's business, this track is. So you're going to want to find ways to preserve your right front. I was not able to find a line that was getting the truck on its right rear. It's just not carrying high enough revs through the middle of the corner for me to get it loose. So on tracks like this that are perpetually tight no matter what you do, these big arcs with late apexes are the best way to go about saving your tires. Keeping up the momentum will also usually help you stay up front, stay ahead of people. Now, maybe potentially if you went early into the corner and just went really slowly all the way around, you could save more tire, but I just can't see that being fast at all. The next topic is shifting. Now, I was able to do a 20 lap run, and there was no shifting that I needed throughout that, but I remember the last time we came here, I needed to shift towards the end of the run. So keep that in mind. If you're really falling off for seemingly no reason, you're just getting ungodly tight and everyone around you seems to be rotating a lot better, consider shifting into third in the corners. That may or may not be the answer. I'm not 100% sure. I apologize for that. And finally, race strategy. Nashville is a type of place that likes to string out, that likes to go without cautions for long periods of time. So I would recommend, even if there's still only 30 laps to go or 20 laps to go, to save your tires what you have off of a restart. Maybe defend your position a little bit, not give up too many spots, because passing is not going to be that easy. But in Nashville, everything is tight, and when things are tight, there are less wrecks that cause cautions. So when that's the case, I think you want to be actively conserving your tires, because there's a higher chance that you're going to go green till the end. You don't want to be caught out running super duper hard, roasting your right front for the first 10 laps, and then just watch everybody pass you because there's no cautions that are going to be coming out. Alright guys, that's going to be it for videos for me this week, but I'll be back with the guides for ARCA and C-Fixed again next week. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all on the track.